A very good evening and welcome to Let's Talk Sport on YouTube for your live Sunday night football of AC Milan versus AS Roma in Serie A. It is absolutely soaking wet here in the second city of Italy. We're at the San Siro. They're the hosts tonight, AC Milan against AS Roma, and it is absolutely chucking it down as we get ready for kick-off. It's a very, very gloomy night, but there is a lot at stake, and just as the players have come out and shaken hands, there is of course going to be a tribute for Gianluca Vialli, who sadly passed away from pancreatic cancer back on Friday. An absolute legend in Italian football, and as you can hear, for 1 minute of applause for Gianluca Vialli, who was a very much admired man, both as a footballer and as a coach. Not just a great footballer, but a great manager for Chelsea by helping them win the last FA Cup to be at the old Wembley Stadium. And of course, a coach under Roberto Mancini when winning Euro 2020. Nice tribute there at the San Siro. All the floodlights were turned off for the moment, and one of the main big screens had a picture of Vialli. Certainly a man that we'll miss. Only died at the age of 58. Even though he didn't play for AC Milan, he was admired here at the San Siro as well. So we're about to get underway. It's going to be AS Roma that'll kick off the game. They're going to attack from left to right. AC Milan from right to left. We're just waiting for the referee of David Massa to get us underway. And here we go. So here we go then. Our Sunday night football begins now here on Let's Talk Sport. AS Roma in their away colours in all white. White shirt, white shorts, white socks. AC Milan in their usual home traditional colours of red and black at the front of their shirt, black on the back though, black shorts and black socks. And at the moment AC Milan do have the possession in their own half on the far side, as it's going all the way back to their goalkeeper of Tata Rossano. So going through the lineups, AC Milan have made no changes from their win at Salernitana, which was back on Wednesday, which was a full day of it's Serie A football in their first games back since the World Cup break and the Christmas break. They won 2-1 there thanks to goals from Rafael Leao and Sandro Tonali. So let's go through it. Tata Rossano in goal. A defensive line of four from left to right. It's Hernandez, Tomori, Kalula and Calabria. The midfield, we have two in front, two defensive mids from left to right, Tonali and Benaker. In the midfield, just in front of them in the middle is Diaz. On the left it's Rafael Leao, and then on the right it's Sael Makers, and then up front on his own is the centre forward, the target man Olivier Giroud. Meanwhile AS Roma have made two changes. Zalewski coming in for Ferroni, while Tammy Abraham starts ahead of Tarovic after their 1-0 win back against Bologna back on Wednesday. That was Wednesday afternoon. Patricio in goal. Three in defence from right to left. It's Mancini, Smalling and Ibanez. Four in midfield from left to right. It's Zalewski, Pellegrini, Cristante, Cilic, and then up front from right to left it's Dybala, Abraham and Zaniolo. So 2 minutes into the game, not missed anything yet, but meanwhile AC Milan have the possession, and it's now with Diaz through to Rafael Leao, the danger man. Everyone's after him at the moment, and a free header at goal, and it was past the far post from Tonali with the header. Free header, he came in for the cross after they won the possession off Tammy Abraham when he was trying to go on the attack for AS Roma, and then they come out to the left wing here Rafael there with a splendid cross, but Tonali couldn't get enough behind the delivery to get it on target, and instead it went wide past the far post. So first goal kick of the game. So Salvatore Farley is the main manager for AS Roma tonight. Jose Mourinho, of course, has been suspended from the sidelines. Of course, he got a red card recently. And a chance here for Roma, straight away trying to go for a shot out of nowhere from the midfield. And I think that was from Zanola. It's going to be a throw-in for the visitors on the far side, with the yellow ball, of course, with it being at this time of year. Meant to be easier to find the ball if it gets foggy or if it's snowing, of course. Short throw-in taken. It's on the far side near the corner flag. There's another throw-in after that for Roma. Of course, it's good to see Paulo Dybala back. He was in the game back on Wednesday. Hopefully recovered, I'm sure, from the World Cup win, which was, wow, nearly a month ago now, 3 weeks ago. It's going to be a throw-in this time for AC Milan, as it just went out of play, but AS Roma with the last touch. It's back where the last two throws have been, just 10 yards from the corner flag. It's thrown forward, a header forward as well, and it ends up being a foul against Milan. So we've got a dangerous free kick maybe coming up here for Roma, and it was Chris Smalling. It was a high boot that Diaz did on Smalling there. Chris Smalling, actually AS Roma's third top goal scorer this season with 3 goals, and you could say he's revived his career with the move to Italy after a long spell at Man United. Here comes the free kick then, as it's deep into the box, into the 6-yard box it lands, but straight to the hands of Tata Rossano, and then he throws it out to the left of Leao, then has support of Giroud, then Hernandez, and then the cross deflects, and then it's picked up by Rui Patricio. Straight away AC Milan trying to make the fast run from the back, but this time they just couldn't get anything from that cross. Not like the one we saw from Rafael Leao when Tonali got his head to it, but just missed it wide. Patricio kicks it out of his hands. It goes down the middle, lands in the midway point of the AC Milan half. Intercepted by Theo Hernandez. Now with Benaker. Benaker to Diaz. Diaz in the centre circle, makes a few yards, and he gets around 10 yards forward, but then intercepted by Cilic. Cilic out to the right wing. Now with Mancini. And instead, after all that, couldn't get anything from it, and there was a foul on Rafael Leao just inside the Milan half on the near side. So free kick to come for the hosts. Just saw Zlatan Ibrahimovic before. He's on the sidelines tonight. He's not playing tonight. He's not available. He's still injured, and you could tell he's not available when you see him wearing a black turtleneck, looking very dapper, very relaxed. But of course he is getting old now. He is in his 40s, but with his experience and presence, you can't go wrong. He is a winner, and certainly helped AC Milan win Serie A last season, as they are trying to defend their crown against Napoli at the moment. Here they come now, the champions of Italy, with a cross, but it just went out of play before the cross was at all dangerous. And that was the captain there with the cross. I think it was Calabria. Just a bit too late when trying to develop a pull back. Poor kick there by Smalling. It was a short goal kick, then he tried to kick it out long. Instead, it didn't find anyone in the white shirts. Ends up being a throw for Milan. It's taken, it's thrown back into their own half. Now it's a switch of play to the far side. Nothing out of that one though. Comfortably intercepted by Ibanez. Calabria with the last touch there, the captain for AC Milan. But yeah, Milan need to win tonight to keep their title hopes alive, to defend that crown, because Napoli did win at the end. They won 2-0 away at Sampdoria. It was 10 men, Sampdoria at the end. Osimhen scoring and Almas scoring from the penalty spot 8 minutes from time. So that was another big win for Napoli after they conceded their first defeat here at the San Siro last week. And already we got our first yellow card of the game. Well, I just saw the referee just flashed his yellow. And there's a lot of Roma players that have gone straight to the referee of Massa, and they're not happy about this. I mean, this is a referee that's given out many yellow cards already this season, 47 to be precise. Let me see that again. I'm trying to figure out what the foul was, to be honest. So already 8 minutes in, Kelek has got a yellow card. First booking of the game. We never expected this early on, but there we go. The referee has booked him. Just play more as a winger, Killick, so he'll be... I mean, if it was one of the defenders, you've even got Matic on the sidelines, just quickly giving him some team talk, maybe. But already the Giallo Rossi having a booking against them. So free kick taken. Milan don't kick it forward. They decide to go into their own half with it. And then they've switched sides again to the far side. Now with Tomori. Tomori, England international, of course. Didn't make the World Cup squad under Gareth Southgate. A lot of debate that he should have done. Of course, Maguire, the likes of Maguire and John Stones got there instead. It's back with Tomori. Now to Theo Hernandez, the Frenchman. And then across from the right wing. Headed away by the man who's just been booked of Chilik. It's gone out to the left-hand side. What was the last touch come off there, ref? Who's that from? It's going to be a throw-in for Milan. Theo Hernandez again. He has actually switched sides. And a long ball. There was a direct kick into the 18-yard box, but no one there for it from Milan, no one in red and black, and it just goes behind for a goal kick. But yeah, that yellow card for Killick, there was a lot of protest from a group of Roma players. They weren't happy about that. They're just showing a replay on my monitor here that potentially Milan should have probably got a corner kick there. Last touch coming from the defender of Roma, of Ibanez. Anyway, Milan have got possession again, looking for that opening goal. Rafael Leao down on the left wing. He's got support of Tonali next to him. Unless he goes on his own. Tries to get past Kelek. Kelek gets in front of him, falls to the ground, and Leao concedes a free kick to Roma. And applauds there from the Roma assistant coach. Anyway, do get in touch on our live chat page. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know your predictions for this game. Currently got 92% of you going for an AC Milan win. Yeah, Milan win tonight would get them back to 5 points behind Napoli at the top of the league. And it would put them second and put them 2 points ahead of Juventus after they won over the weekend. So it's AC Milan then in possession at the moment. It's now on the right-hand side as the sponsor board's up for StarCasino.sport. Massive advertising boards. It's double the lay. You start to see that in a lot of stadiums these days, especially the big stadiums. Calabria now to Tomori again. Kalula on the edge of the centre circle. Every Milan player in that Roma half at the moment. Still on the far side with Beneke. Now to Sailmakers. Wins a throw-in. Short throw and taken quickly. Cut inside, say the makers, and a flick through back to him. No, it doesn't get back to him from Tonali, and it's rolled behind for a goal kick. Looks like Roma at the moment are happy to take short kicks by playing from the back. Smalling just picks up from a, well, I don't really know what that was. Patricio getting it back from Smalling and just kicking it out, which made no sense in the first place because they were under pressure from the get-go. Now it's with Beneka, 30 yards from goal, out to Rafael Leal on the left-hand side. It looked like he tried to cross it in, but instead it's straight to Patricio in the 6-yard box. Tried to curve it with his side foot, it looked like, but no Milan player read his delivery. Jamie Burgoyne's got in touch asking Maldini or Totti. Well, funny you mentioned Paolo Maldini is here tonight in the stands, watching on. I'm sure he misses being the main centre half for AC Milan after all those glorious years. Anyway, here come Roma trying to go on their first real attack of the game. Fantastic sliding challenge from Calabria. I think he was up against Zaluski there, and he does really well. And there's a foul from Zaniolo. A little bit of frustration, calls for a yellow card from the Milan players. David Massa will have a word with him. It was Salamakers who got pushed down to the ground at the end. There wasn't much in that. It was right in front of the referee in his fluorescent kit. But either way, the decision's been made and AC Milan have a free kick. A safe area, of course, in their own half. Nearly a quarter of an hour gone. This is live commentary of AC Milan versus AS Roma here on Let's Talk Sport. For your Sunday night football fix. It's goalless at the moment. AS Roma haven't won here at the San Siro since October 2017. And at the moment they are currently in that Europa Conference League position in 6th. Here's Rafael Leao now. Tries to get across, it deflects and is actually blocked at the end, and it goes back out 40 yards from the AS Roma goal. And as they try and go for the run of play there, the visitors on the left-hand side, they've just been pushed down there, and the referee gives a free kick to the visitors. Paulo Dybala having words now with Massa, but already it's getting a bit rowdy between the two teams. Free kick has been taken, and they've won another free kick 10 yards from where they just took it. It's taken quickly out to the far right of Kilic. Kilic to Cristante. Good defending at the end by Tonali. He's just cleared it out for a throw-in near the corner flag on the near side. Short throw-in again. AS Roma open to get something from this. Cristante couldn't get the corner he wanted at the end as he ran out of play with the ball. It's a goal kick from Milan. But yeah, plenty of football that have happened today. Sampdoria losing to Napoli at home just a few minutes ago. Lazio could only get a draw at home against Empoli. Spezia 0, Lecce 0. Salernitana 1-1 at home to Torino after they lost to AC Milan earlier this week. They'll be happy to not have lost again. Monza getting a good draw against Inter Milan in the Milan derby last night. Juventus 1, Udinese 0, and Fiorentina 2, Sassuolo 1 in the matches yesterday as well. There are two more matches tomorrow night. We'll talk about them in just a bit. Meanwhile, the ball is back in the Milan half with Tata Rossano, who's played it through to the middle of Diaz. Now to Calabria. Lost the ball though because AS Roma have intercepted, and it's played out to the left-hand side with Zaluski, and he's won a throw-in. Or was that a corner kick? going to be a corner, so this is our first corner of the match so far. What can we see from Roma in this set piece? Still coming down the rain at the San Siro. A wet Sunday night. So they're all lined up near the 6-yard box. Swung in. Goalkeeper couldn't get there. He's pushed to the ground. Referee gives him the sympathy and gives Milan a free kick. Goalkeeper of Tata Rossano was up there trying to stretch out for it. Up in the air against Ibanez. Ibanez couldn't get to the ball. I mean, these days goalkeepers do get a lot of protection, so it was pretty much expected for it to be a foul. Well, there's been a goal in the French league. Just 15 minutes in, Lille have gone 1-0 ahead against Troyes, and that's Jonathan David, the Canadian international who we saw at the FIFA World Cup, which was Canada's first World Cup finals appearance since 1986. Didn't get out of the groups, but it was certainly a proud moment for Jonathan David and his Canadian teammates. Full time in the Greek league, the Greek Super League. AEK Athens 1, Panathinaikos 0. My uncle Mickey won't be happy about that. He's Greek and he supports Panathinaikos. Back with this game. The ball's on the halfway line. It's now with Tamori. Plays it out to Theo Hernandez. Now to Tamori again in his own half. But you can hear the noise here at the San Siro stadium that, well, we originally it was supposed to be gone by now. They were supposed to build up a new stadium, but the plans for it to be demolished have been delayed. But yeah, Burgoyne asking me before, Maldini or Totti? I'd probably have to say Maldini because of what an impact he was as a defender, but Totti didn't do too badly as well. Of course, Totti, AS Roma legend, Maldini, AC Milan legend. Probably the biggest stars they've ever had in their squad, wouldn't you think? Most dedicated, anyway. Played at their clubs the whole career. Milan still with the possession. Been on top of possession so far. Cross from the right hand side, it ends up on the edge of the 18-yard box. Nothing from it though, as one of the Roman defenders, I think it was Chris Smalling, that cleared it. It went out to nearly pick up Tammy Abraham, but well controlled by Calabria. It's back in the Roma half. Now with Dybala. Loses the ball to Benneker. Benneker, again, what always frustrates me, seeing a player wear a short sleeve shirt and then wear gloves. I just don't get it. Rafael Leao, at least he's consistent. He's got long sleeve thermals and a pair of gloves on. That makes more sense. It's out onto the right again of Calabria. Up in the air, lofts it up in the air. Couldn't find anyone in the 18-yard box again. Milan, every cross that goes in has been dealt with so far. Here's another one. Giroud with the flick header. Couldn't get that pass complete, which nearly got founded in the 6-yard box. Cleared away again. Roma win themselves a throw-in on the far side, which they needed very quickly to get away from their danger zone. But it just shows with Olivier Giroud, he really is the target man. You can't mess with him. And it looks as though Mancini is on the ground, so the match has been paused here. Looks like he was fouled in his own 18-yard box from, well, they're just showing the replay again of Giroud's flick header forward that got denied in the air by Chris Smalling. But yes, Giroud did start in the game back on Wednesday, in their first game back since the World Cup. Giroud, of course, may already have a World Cup medal to his name, but I'm sure he wished he had 2 World Cup medals after his trip to Qatar a few weeks back. Didn't didn't get the win they wanted over Argentina. Of course, he probably conceded Dybala on the pitch and wants to get revenge tonight. Meanwhile, it's Dybala's team who have the ball. It's Zanolo through the middle onto the right-hand side of Kilic. Then Zanolo again just enters the 18-yard box. Went for a strike, but the man right in front of Tonali blocks the shot. Now comes Rafael Leao as he goes against the run of play on the left wing. Beats one man, gets nearly past another, but he does win a corner. Runs from pretty much outside his own box to get to AS Roma's penalty area and wins a corner out of nowhere. Brilliant run, and it's their first corner of the game coming up. But you can see why this man is being wanted by so many clubs at the moment, including Manchester City. It's funny, last season we saw him not always start for AC Milan in their title winning season. We even covered a big win that they got at Lazio last season, and Rafael Leao came on late on to help them get the win. So corner kick to come from Milan. What can they get here? It's on the near side, that's where it'll be taken by Benaker. He waves his right arm up in the air to give the signal to his teammates, and he kicks it in with his left boot, and it's there for the Leao. No, and now Tomori. Tonali's got it now on the edge of the box, but then intercepted, and some of the Milan players run back out, and there's a foul at the end against against Milan. And the Giallo Rossi team win themselves a free kick. Looks as though it was Benaker with the foul against Cristante. Greg Livingston has got in touch on the live chat page and says hello Greg, hope you're well. Do get in touch on the live chat page, folks, and do subscribe to Let's Talk Sport for more of your live commentaries. Maritimo 1, Sporting Lisbon 0 at full time in the Portuguese league. That's just come in the last few minutes. We do have our live video printer on the bottom right of your screen, so we'll give you the latest scores or red cards or penalties, you name it, around the world of football. Can't beat a video printer. Takes me back to CFAX. Oh, I miss CFAX. 25 minutes gone. AC Milan 0, AS Roma 0. Not had any clear-cut chances yet. AS Roma defending really well in the final third, while AS Roma themselves not really had much threat up front. Tammy Abraham left up on his own out there, and here he is now. Oh, and he does get tackled by Leao, and that's a yellow card for Leao. He never got the ball. Stopping his run, that's for sure. Second booking from the referee already in this game. At just the halfway point of this first half. It was Tammy Abraham who just got completely tripped out there by Rafael Leao. So that's Leao and Kilic now in the referee's book. One yellow card apiece for both teams. So free kick is taken, it's just inside the own half, Roma. They could just do with a bit more oomph up front. Just as I say, that's a direct ball down the right wing to Tammy Abraham, the furthest man up front for AS Roma. Tried to play it across the face of goal, but instead it was just cleared away. Now Rafael Leao, who picks up the loose ball on the halfway line. He gets pushed to the ground in between two Roma players of Kilic and Cristante. Free kick it will be. Just shows what a problem he can be for any defender. No booking that time from the referee. So Milan with the free kick. Just slowing the pace down for now. Kicking it around. It's on the far side with, say, the makers. now still on the far side, this time with Benaker. He does really well to intercept, but they couldn't get the pass complete to Theo Hernandez. The visitors now with the ball again with Cristante. Cristante out onto the right hand side with Mancini. Now Zanolo back to Mancini, intercepted by Tonali. Now Tonali again, this time it's through to Diaz. Now here come Milan, 3 against 3 at the moment. Now with Diaz, and it's tipped over the crossbar at the end by Patricio. It's Diaz with the strike, just outside the penalty area in the middle, but it was a good save. Well, I say good save, it's a simple enough save for Patricio to just tip it over the crossbar. It was swerving past the Portuguese goalkeeper. Corner coming up again for AC Milan. First shot on target, I'd say, for AC Milan there. Well, at the moment, no AS Roma defenders on the goal line, just Patricio, the goalkeeper. Some of the Milan players are scrunched up with some of the Roma players on the edge of the box. They now start running in as the ball is swung across the face. A goal, and it's in, and it's a header. I think it's from Tomori who has scored. Rui Patricio couldn't keep it out, but it looks like I can't quite make out who scored that. It's either Tomori or Kalula, one of the it's a centre back that scored. Who is it? It is Kalula, who has got the opening goal of the game. A powerful header that just couldn't be kept out by the Portuguese goalkeeper. And AC Milan take the lead just as we reach 30 minutes. It is Kalula watching the replay back. There was a free header as well. He got away from his man. He literally just ran ahead of his opponent of Ibanez. And then the header goes into the corner of the net. Patricio should really save that, actually, looking back now. There's calls that there might have been a foul, but I'm not seeing it. They do have VAR, of course, in Serie A. But at the moment, AC Milan take the lead, 1-0 to them. Well, they're back lined up. Of course, referee, will they have to, well, they're waiting for the referee signal, so is there going to be a VAR check? No, I think the referee's happy. They haven't played on just yet. Here we go then. They've resumed, so no VAR check, I don't think, at the end. So there we go then, confirmation. Kalula with the opening goal with a header after 30 minutes. But it has been kind of evenly matched. We've seen a lot more possession from Milan. We've seen them go forward with their pace, but we just before that corner, of course, we had that shot saved by Patricio against Diaz, but that's all we've really had from the host. But again, Roma haven't really been responding that much either, but they're going to have to respond now with 14 minutes to go till half-time. It is the team in the lead who have got the ball at the moment. Kalula, the man who just scored, has the ball at his feet. It's gone back to him from Calabria. Last man back now, he's just holding the ball and looking for options. He goes out to his right again. Looking at the passes, AC Milan 169. Roma have only done 50 passes, so as I say, the possession says it all right now between the two sides. Now it's a ball out to the right wing to Sael Makes. Then it's swung, it reached the 18-yard box, but no one there. So now with Benaker, keeps the possession alive for Milan. He's down to the ground at the moment, and the referee, as you heard his whistle there, will pause the game and check the man out. Oh, he got elbowed across the face by Tammy Abraham. He didn't mean it, they were both just going in for a loose ball. Benaker pretty much just kicked it away from the Englishman, but by the time Abraham got to him, he was a bit too late there. So Milan get the possession back. So at the moment they would go back to second in the table and be trailing Napoli by 5 points. Wednesday was a good day for Milan. They got that win, and then later on in the day, as we had the commentary here on Let's Talk Sport, it was Inter Milan ending Napoli's 11 win streak here at the San Siro, and here we are again tonight. Here come Roma trying to respond quickly, and there's a chance here with Dybala. Oh, he's miskicked it right in front of the goal as well. That was a big chance, and he pulls his shirt, puts it to the end of his shirt to his mouth and bites it in frustration. Oh, it was a good link up from Tammy Abraham as well. He then nutmegs Tomori, but then he couldn't get the kick. I think at the end he might have got distracted by the captain of Calabria, and Dybala knows that that was a chance to equalise. AC Milan caught off guard there, and then the goal kick's taken, and now here they come again. Dybala trying to forget what just happened, couldn't get the pass through forward to Tammy Abraham as it's well blocked well in the edge of the 18-yard box, and then Milan try and go out on the attack, and Theo Hernandez is pulled down by Zanolo, and it's a free kick for the hosts. Yeah, he pulls his shirt straight away. The moment Theo Hernandez fell to the ground, he's straight away looking to the referee, asking for a foul. We've got Kalal Sahar getting in touch as well. Hello, Kalal. Hope you're well. Ten minutes to go till half time. If you just joined us, it's AC Milan 1, AS Roma 0 in our live Serie A commentary for tonight. Kalula opening the scoring on exactly 30 minutes with a header from a corner, which Patricio, if you get the chance, do check it out. It was a header straight at Patricio. Even though he stretched out for it, it's not like it was top corner-esque or anything like that in terms of the header placement, and he might have probably had to save it. It has been pouring it down all night though in the San Siro, so that might not have helped. Here they come now, Milan looking to double their lead. It's with Rafael Leao. Plays it out wide to Theo Hernandez. Now Rafael Leao again kicks it down the middle, and a shot wide from Sailor Makers. Must admit, I wasn't expecting him to take the shot, but he did. And he's a little frustrated with that. It just goes wide past the near post. Not seen much from Giroud yet. Not really been much the target man so far. Roma, you could say, have probably dealt with him not too badly. So a goal kick to be taken by Patricio here in his, I'd say, light green kit, full-on light green kit. Can't miss him from a mile away, just like the referees' fluorescent colours, as we normally expect from the Italian referees. Now Sailor Makers again makes the cross, it takes a deflection, and it's out for a corner kick for the hosts. Third corner of the game for them. It was a good block at the end by Mancini, who was able to continue on after picking up a knock a few minutes ago. Yet again, AC Milan, they've got Theo Hernandez, Tomori, Giroud and Rafael Leao bunched up together just inside the 18-yard box in front of the penalty spot, up against 4 Roma defenders as well in that group, and The referee's just pausing the corner for a moment, or you could say delaying the corner. He's just having a few words. He doesn't like what he's seen between the players, pushing and shoving. Always a lot going on in a set piece, especially for the referee to watch out for. So, corner to come in from the far side. It's swung into the edge of the 6-yard box. No goals this time from AC Milan from their corner. It's cleared away, back to the halfway line. Now with Beneker. Calabria now. And a flick forward to say the makers. Oh, and he keeps it away from his man. And the Al tries to, I think it might have been either Tamori or Kalula who was trying to do a bicycle kick. And he'll go all the way back to Tata Rossano. Applauds from the stadium as there was a bit of pressure on, I think it was Tia Hernandez who had to pass it back to his goalkeeper. Well, a live poll still says that Milan will win the game at 67%. 6% of you going for a draw, 28% going for an AS Roma win. Well, they've got a lot to do to turn it round. They've just won a free kick, 35 yards from goal. On the right-hand side, it looks like it'll be. Yeah, push there on Kellick. But it has been one of those games. It's not been pretty, but Milan getting the goal when they needed. Of course, there's another big game happening in Europe tonight in La Liga. Atletico Madrid 0, Barcelona 1. Dembele opening the scoring after 22 minutes. So here comes the free kick from Roma. Oh, it's direct. It was on its way to goal, and one of the Milan defenders just gets rid of it in the 6-yard box. It's now back with the visitors, and they've kicked the ball all the way back to their goalkeeper of Patricio, who won't be getting a clean sheet tonight, that's for sure. They'll be hoping he doesn't concede any more. Boots it out up in the air with his left foot. Then a flick forward by Tammy Abraham. Does really well against his fellow Englishman. Throw-in's just gone out to the right. It's taken now with Kellick. Back to their own half. With Mancini. To Pellegrini. Now with Zalewski. They've switched sides. It's now on the left-hand side. And to the centre circle of Cristante. Cristante just had to keep it away from Tonali. Now with Kellick on the right wing this time. Tried to play the ball through down the middle, but no luck there. They'll try again. It's a great long ball out to the left wing with Zalewski, who does pick it up, cuts it away from his opponent. He's going to go for goal with acres of space, and it's just wide past the near post. Tried to go for the, maybe you could say the top right corner. He's having to justify why he took the shot there, because there was 4 AS Roma players that was on the edge of the on the 6-yard box. Just didn't get the curve he wanted. But I don't blame him. He got away from his opponent, had plenty of time and space to take the shot. But at the end, Milan were happy to see it go wide for a goal kick. It's a short goal kick playing from the back, booted out down the middle at the halfway line now. Here they come now, Milan trying to maybe go for a second goal before half time. Instead, Diaz's pass out to the right wing was cut short. And now Roma have intercepted him. They'll go on the attack this time. Zalewski now to Mancini. Now Dybala. Pellegrini. Cross comes in, and it had to be dealt with by Calabria. He had one of his opponents running from behind him, and he had no choice but to just kick that out behind for a corner kick. Roma's second corner of the game. Be on the far side. Mancini, Smalling and Ibanez just walking up to the edge of the 6-yard box. Only punched away by Tata Rossano. He's not had much luck in the air with these deliveries so far. Just shows that he's a bit edgy. And now a strike from Dybala, and it's well wide past the post again. And he's laughing and grinning about that. He knows he could do a lot better there, but for a moment he thought, if I don't try, I'll never know. But do get in touch on the live chat page, folks. What do you think of the game so far? Of course, AS Roma 6 in the table. If they are to win tonight, they would actually go ahead of their their main rivals of Lazio. So put them into 5th, a point behind Inter Milan and then 2 points ahead of Lazio. But at the moment, they would stay in 6th place for that Conference League spot and keep them 2 points ahead of Atalanta. Atalanta, I believe, play tomorrow. Just having a look. No, yeah. Oh no, wait, I've got my fixtures completely wrong. Yep, they are away at Bologna tomorrow night at 7:45. So obviously, if Roma don't get the win here, they'll be a bit more up for that game, just to get themselves into the top 6. Meanwhile, back with this game, it's in line with the 18-yard box for Milan. Instead, it's intercepted on the far side. Roma, nothing out of it, but for it to just go out for a throw-in. Pellegrini with the last touch there, the captain as well for the team. Throw-in taken, and it's thrown all the way back to their own half. Literally 10 seconds to go till we reach 45 minutes. Be interesting. I'm thinking 1 or 2 minutes of added time. I can't think of anything more than that. Oh, that's a foul, and that's a yellow card for Zaniolo. Second Roma player in the book of David Massa. It's Kalula who's in it this time. Sorry, Zanola who's in it this time. Yep, 2 minutes of added time has just been confirmed. A late challenge there on Theo Hernandez. Another French player who is, you could say, just trying to get over the result of the World Cup by playing more football. It's just reached half-time in Lille. They are still 1-0 up against Troyes in the French league. So free kick here for AC Milan. Should be a simple booted in the air into the 18-yard box. Swung in by the left boot. Smalling, easy enough, happy to clear it out, but a simple second ball win there for Milan to just go back to their own half. It's with Beneke. Already 1 minute of the added time gone up so far. A minute left to go. And they've won themselves a throw-in. Header coming from Zalewski. Not much spark yet from Roma. I think they need this half-time team talk. I think the stats will tell you it. No shots on target. Milan have had 2. They've had 4 shots though, Roma, but none of them at goal. 6 shots overall for AC Milan. 30% possession, while the hosts have got 70%. So it's probably fair enough, this scoreline so far for AC Milan. Seconds to go till half-time. Beneke, no chance of running forward then on the left-hand side. It's now with Zalewski. Zalewski to Cristante, under pressure here by Salamakers. But luckily for him, the referee, David Massa, blows that whistle for half-time as we reach the halfway point here at the San Siro. And it is the Italian champions who take the lead at half-time. It was a free header from Kalula, scoring from a corner to put them ahead. Debate on whether Patricio should have probably kept the ball in play, but instead He's been beaten, loses a potential clean sheet tonight, and at half-time, AS Roma have got a lot to do if they can turn this around, but it's so far so good for AC Milan here at the San Siro. We're going to take a quick break here at half-time, but we'll be back for your live second half commentary. Don't go anywhere. Hello and welcome back to Let's Talk Sports live commentary of your Sunday night football between AC Milan and AS Roma. So both teams just coming out again to get ready for this second half, and it's still raining at the San Siro. It's been like this from the kickoff. A very wet night in Milan. It was much better weather on Wednesday night when we saw Inter Milan beat Napoli. Anyway, second half's just about to begin. It'll be Milan this time attacking from left to right, AS Roma from right to left. So AC Milan 1-0 thanks to Kalula from the 30th minute, scoring from a corner. A header that probably should have been kept out by Petruccio. And David Massa, the referee, blows the whistle for the start of this second half. So Milan, you could say, get a second goal, and they should get the 3 points and go on to close the gap on Napoli of 5 points. Napoli back to winning ways today, of course. So at the moment, looks as though there's been no substitutions from either teams. Roma have got a lot more on the bench. They've got 2 extra players on the bench compared to AC Milan, including Matic and Volpato. Some good players there. While for AC Milan, you've got Serginho Dest, then you've got Morante, Bakayoko as well. So here is Tammy Abraham, just in front of the AC Milan dugout. He's not really had much possession whatsoever tonight, Abraham, the target man for Roma, but been dealt with quite comfortably by the AC Milan defenders. It's just finished at the first half for Atletico Madrid. They are trailing 1-0 at home to Barcelona. Dembele scoring the only goal of that game so far. It's now with Tomori to Theo Hernandez. Then back to Tata Rossano. Not had much threat against him so far, Tatarano. He's had quite a comfortable game so far. Trying to play from the back now through to Beneker. Getting a bit of pressure there from Dybala, the goalkeeper. Cleared out up in the air at the end, and it's gone out for a Roma throw-in on the near side. Ibanez takes the throw-in. Now with Zalewski. Yet again, Tonali's just here, there, everywhere, intercepting. Nice ball out as well to Rafael Leao on the left-hand side. He's got Giroud in support. He go on his own. And it's miles over the crossbar at the end. He tried to go for his usual signature move, which is to run against his opponent, then go for a strike at goal with his left foot. Giroud was around in the 18-yard box, but he was on his own. He could have maybe played it to him. There was 2 players on the out, but he completely maybe slipped on the shot as well. Hence why it went high and wide. Goal kick it'll be for Roma, but at the moment there is an injury for one of their players. Trying to figure out who that is. Of course, it's always annoying when you can't when you can't see the player and also can't see the number on their back, because they're laying on their back while being checked down. You can see a bit of spray being used. I'm no expert, but I'm always wondering, what does that spray do? Whatever happened to the magic sponge? Of course, their next matches are in the Coppa Italia later this week, so no rest for the wicked for either team. Milan are back at home here at the San Siro on Wednesday night against Torino. And then AS Roma go back to their capital at home to Genoa on Thursday night. Both games in the last 16. Looks as though there's not going to be any substitutions from what's just happened. I'm still not sure which player it was. Goal kick's taken. And it's going to be a throw-in for AC Milan at the midway point of the Roma half. Stefano Piali just giving his instructions. he is a scary man, but he's done wonders for AC Milan, winning the title for the first time ever as a manager. He won it as a player all the way back in the 80s, back in 1986 with Juventus. 57 now. A lot of older managers in Serie A, but it just shows how much experience they all have. They've been there and done that. Jose Mourinho, of course, back here at the San Siro after that fantastic treble that he did back in 2010 with Inter Milan. Of course, AC Milan fans, I can't speak for them, but I'm sure he's not one of their favourites because of the success he brought to their neighbours. Back with the game, Rafael Leao trying to complete a long ball pass, which he only tried to get his right foot behind the delivery, but it went out for a throw-in. So it's a short throw-in to Cristante, then intercepted by his opposite number 4 of Beneka. Now Rafael Leao again gets past one man. Last touch coming from, I think it was Ibanez. I think the referee's actually given a throw for Roma there. Yeah, actually, looking at the replay, it came off Leao's right foot before it went out of play. Now the clearance made. Zalewski now, the left winger. Back with him to just keep it away from Diaz. Diaz had a chance in the first half to open the scoring before the goal from Kalula. Now here come Roma. It's with Dybala. He doesn't want to pass it. Has he won a corner? It's going to be a goal kick instead. There's been moments from the Argentine tonight, but he went on his own there, up against two players of Hernandez and Calabria. Not sure why he didn't try and play a ball across the face of goal. There was a few options there for him, but he went the selfish route. Milan now on the halfway line. Selmakers now with Diaz, main man up front right now. Giroud a few yards back, and he does play the pass to Giroud. Giroud now to Diaz again, and it's straight at the goalkeeper. Patricio couldn't deal with it. Came off his chest and back out of the penalty area. He's had a shaky night, Patricio. Milan will try and go again here on the far side. Rafael Leao this time. And that should be a throw-in for Roma. But it looks as though Calabria is down injured. Doesn't look good. He's got his hands round his ankle at the moment. It's actually Tonali who's down. But just watching that shot again, Patricio, I mean, he had to make the save, it was going in. Mr. Thomas 09 has got in touch. Hello, Mr. Thomas. Actually sent us a couple of messages. Must have said just before half-time, Mourinho passed his best. And also says that Abraham is a man that can't hack it in top-flight football. Calabria on the right-hand side. Sailor-makers. Just keeps it away from his opponent now. Calabria with the cross and the header at the goal, but it was straight at the goalkeeper. It's Giroud with the header, Patricio with the save. He's so dangerous in the air. He gets over his opponent, jumps higher and just gets it on target. Brilliant striker, Olivier Giroud. Could do all sorts in the air. Zlatan Ibrahimovic watching on in a black coat and a black woolly hat. Must be a bit of a cold night. Not able to play at the moment because of an injury. I mean, you wonder if this will be Ibrahimovic's last ever season in club football, but you wouldn't put it past him to see him back next season. Well, thrown from Roma there, comes to nothing, and instead it's back with Tamari. Now Kalula, the goal scorer in the first half, and the reason why it is currently 1-0 to Milan. Now Giroud couldn't keep the possession. It's now with Diaz. Rafael Leao on the left-hand side of the 18-yard box. Cross too much height on that. It's gone out for a goal kick after all of that. I mean, it might be hard to believe, even though Roma haven't looked the most dangerous team tonight away from home, it's actually them who are third best away team this season in the Serie A away form table. They've played 6. This is their 7th match tonight. Won 4, drawn 1, and only lost 1. So away from home, not too bad. But AC Milan have actually won 10 of their last 11 home fixtures. Lost to Napoli in September, 2-1 they lost that one. So not an easy place to win at the San Siro, regardless of who it is, whether it's them in red and black or the others in blue and black. It's some stadium. Anyway, Zalewski now on the left wing for AS Roma. He cuts in away from his opponent. Does he get fouled? He falls to the ground. Referee says play on because it's still Roma with the ball. Cristante now. Out to Zaniolo. Tried to play the low ball forward out to the right wing, but it was no good. Oh, Giroud might have been in the clash of heads there, but referee says carry on. He's let some of these clashes just get on with it. Good to see from the referee, a bit of a flow. Pellegrini now, the captain, to Cristante in the centre circle. Zalewski back with Pellegrini. Now Tamari getting on the end of the long ball on the edge of the 18-yard box. Headed back to Tatarusano. We've got a message here from Greg Livingstone on the live chat page. Says, Jamie, was you at the Man United game on Friday against Everton? No, I wasn't. I watched that at home. A good win over Everton. And I know Everton aren't in the greatest of forms, but it's always good to get a win over Everton. I'd like to say that they can be a bit of a bogey team for Man United in the last 10, 20 years. We never know what we're going to get from them. And let's not forget the 1995 FA Cup final. There is history there between the two in that competition. Milan going on the attack, left-hand side. Well dealt with at the end by Mancini. Does really well there, actually. He actually falls to the ground, and the referee, again, won't pause the game. And it's gone back to the Milan half. Remember, folks, to subscribe to Let's Talk Sport. We reached 10,900 subscribers earlier today. So we're now less than 100 away from reaching 11,000. Thanks to you guys for supporting us and to continue doing our streams. But I will be at the Man United game on Tuesday night, Greg, and they play Charlton Athletic in the League Cup. So we nearly reached the hour mark. No response yet from Roma, who are trailing 1-0 here at the San Siro. Here they are now, Roma on the far side with Dybala. Kicks the ball right out to the left wing to Zalewski. Well dealt with by Calabria. He's a bit frustrated that he's let that go out for a corner. I still thought that was good defending, but maybe he just thought, because it was 2 against 1, they should just intercept and maintain the ball. But instead they're going to have to defend this set piece, this corner kick. And it goes to no one in a white shirt, and then a volley outside the box, only to be blocked by Hernandez. Here he is again, Hernandez, and he made sure that his opponent got the last touch there for it to go out for a throw-in. It's now with Tamori to Kalula, back to Tamori. Plays it through the middle, low to Giroud. Giroud then flicks it out to Tonali. Now out to the right-hand side of Calabria, the captain. Don't know about you, but I'd feel a bit pressured when you've got Paolo Maldini watching in the stands and you're the captain for AC Milan. How do you try and match that guy? With Kalula again. Half an hour to go. AC Milan, I'm sure, just to settle their nerves, will want that second goal, because you just feel as though Roma are going to struggle just to score one goal tonight. Beneka now Giroud out to, Leao couldn't get the pass out at the end to Hernandez, and now he's having to track back, and he does brilliantly well to intercept and then play it short to Hernandez. Now Hernandez on the run, goes beyond Leao. Hernandez to Giroud, flick to Diaz. Now back with Diaz. He might just go for goal himself, and it's just wide at the end. Good chance there from Brahim Diaz. We all know he's got a hell of a right foot. Picked up the pass from Beneka. Bit of not the easiest of angles, just couldn't get it on target at the end. And with the way Patricio has been in goal tonight, you don't blame him for putting the pressure on. Tammy Abraham caught late there. That's going to be a yellow card. Very late challenge on by Beneka on Tammy Abraham, and that's the fourth booking of the night. So that's Beneka that joins Rafael Leao in the referee's book. If I really want to go down that route, David Massa has now given out 51 yellow cards this season in all competitions. He's only given out 2 red cards this season, but there's 4 players in the book. Who knows, could we see a second yellow later on? Nemanja Matic is warming up on the sidelines, the former Manchester United player in his second season with AS Roma. But you do feel as though they're going to need some change, Roma, if they need some spark going on the pitch. Maybe a fresh pair of legs will do it. Match still paused because of Tammy Abraham just being treated. I think the question is, will Abraham be able to continue? He didn't start in the last game, back in midweek in their home win against Bologna. Starting tonight though. But looks as though he's going to continue. Match back underway. Greg Livingston asking, did Juventus not give Dybala a new contract? Tammy Abraham's just caught offside there. He's well offside and he knows it. Collected a long pass down to the right wing there. He's way off. Goes about 3 yards ahead of Tamori. But Greg asking, did Juventus not give Dybala a new contract, or did he not sign a new contract? I think from what I can remember, he wasn't offered a new contract at Juve. I think they were happy to see him go. I might be wrong, but I'm sure that was the outcome anyway. Lille 2-0 up. Bayo with the goal this time against Troyes in the French league. They're only a few minutes ahead of this one. going to be a throw-in for AC Milan. Long ball from one of the Roman midfielders, being nothing whatsoever. I think we're going to start getting some substitutions, at least a double substitution from our visiting team. Matic being one of them. Here they come now, good through ball, Tammy Abraham. I don't think he's offside. On the left-hand side of the box, couldn't get the cross through. At the end, he was looking for, I think it was Zanolo who was ready to tap it in, but it was well blocked at the end by Kalula. Anyway, here we go then. Those substitutions I was mentioning are about to happen. Matic coming on. Takes on Cristante. Cristante coming off. And Tajerovic coming on for Zanolo. Nothing there from AC Milan at the moment. But as you'd imagine, Zanolo's gone off maybe because of that yellow card he's already got in this game. And they don't want to go down to 10 men when they're 1-0 down already here at the San Siro. So yeah, confirmation then it was Tajerovic that's come on for AS Roma, and Matic. Trying to make the notes myself, but the pen's not working. There we go. Greg asking Jamie as a United fan, thoughts on Matic when he was at United. He wasn't good enough for use in midfield. He was okay to begin with. Back with the game, Rafael Leao on the left wing. I think with Matic, he's a bit too negative for me. He doesn't push it forward or anything like that, but he is a defensive mid. His old team Chelsea, they didn't have a good day today. 4-0 at Man City. That they got knocked out of the FA Cup. So that's another defeat for Graham Potter as Chelsea manager. It really is becoming a nightmare for him right now. He might regret leaving Brighton. He had something good going on there. Some shocks on the in the FA Cup over the weekend. Wrexham beating Coventry City 4-3. Away from home as well. A championship team losing to a National League team. Quite incredible. Of course, there is the FA Cup draw tonight, I think. Oh, unless that's already been done. We'll actually might have to look at that in a bit. Anyway, back with the game. Milan 1, Roma 0. Hit live on Let's Talk Sport. Here come Roma now on the far side. Oh, that's a late challenge. And I think we're going to have another yellow card here. This time it's for Kalula. So I know it's for Tomori. Obviously not happy with the referee's decision, but he was late. 5th yellow card of the game. He put his right foot right into Dybala. He never for a moment got the ball or thought about getting the ball, to be honest. Wow, I didn't know that. Greg saying that Villa got beat by Stevenage today. I didn't check that scoreline. That's quite incredible. Stevenage are having a good season, though. With dramatic late comeback as well, apparently. Yeah, 2 late goals. That's incredible. But apparently Man City will face Arsenal at Oxford in the next round. That will be a good tie if Arsenal win that. Back with the game. Tajerovic, who's just come on, gets his first touch with the ball. They're just at the midway point of the AC Milan half. You do feel as though there's another goal in this game, but who's going to get it, I'm not sure. AS Roma still haven't got a shot on target. Wrexham at home to Sheffield United, another Championship team. Oh, there's a foul against Tammy Abraham. He keeps saying no, 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 you got that wrong. The referee wasn't at his best angle, but there was the linesman near the corner flag that saw it. Pulls Tamari completely down, not happy about that against his fellow Englishman. Yeah, a lot of English presence here in this game. You got Tamari, Tammy Abraham, Chris Smalling. It's got first substitution then for Milan. And it's Pobaga who's coming on for Diaz. I thought Diaz had a good game. He had a couple of strikes at goal that got dealt with at the end. .20 minutes to go. Milan at the moment will be 5 points behind Napoli at the top of the table. They will go above Juventus in second. AS Roma, if they lose this, they will stay in sixth and 2 points ahead of Atalanta. I mean, they would love to turn it around tonight if they could. But, I mean, just before the World Cup break, Roma had claimed just 2 points from their last 3 games before the World Cup break. Much needed win back in midweek, but I think maybe in build-up to this game, AC Milan were always going to be the favourites. Flick header forward by Giroud. And now here's Pogba. All calls for handball. Is that oh no, the referee says no. He's given a yellow card as well to all the Milan players. Was that to do with Pogba maybe? I'm not sure. All sorts of protests going on now between both sets of players. Feels as though there's something more in this. What's happened here? Oh, I don't think it's a handball. I mean, it hits his hand, but how's he supposed to move out of the way in time? But there is a Roma player down injured. So Tonali's got a yellow card now, and he will miss the next match for AC Milan. So I'd imagine that will at least be in the league, which will be at Lecce next Saturday. Of course, they have got VAR to check these penalty claims, but looking at the replay, I don't think it is. It's a yellow card as well for, he's shown to one of the coaches. All sorts of yellows being given out. I think it is Stefano Piali who's been given a yellow. And one of the coaches for Roma as well. Referee having to do with quite a lot here. This will certainly be added to the stoppage time. Still, that Roma player is being treated. Again, I don't know who it is because I can't quite, the camera angle's not that great. I don't think there'll be any penalty check because there's been no mention of VAR. So it's Pellegrini who's being treated, but Milan are making a change at the moment. And it's Vrank who's coming on for Benica. He had a yellow card to his name. Maybe Piali's just making sure that that doesn't become a red. So Vrank coming on in his place. So it's going to be a free kick for Roma after all those complications of whatever whatever just happened. So still Roma with no shots on target. Milan with 4. 10 shots for Milan. Roma have only got 5 shots. In general, that is. Cleared away at the moment, ball in the centre circle. Varanka's just come on for Milan. Just kicks the ball out to the right-hand side of Sailmakers. He won't get there in time. It actually goes out for a throw-in instead of a goal kick to Roma. So Roma, deep in their own half here, need to make this throw-in a good one and just clear it away maybe. Boa Vista 1, Gal Vicente 0 at half-time there. It's now with Fierro Hernandez again. Last man back. And in his own half at the moment. Now Varank again. Tamori, who's said in an interview recently he is loving every minute of his time at AC Milan. Of course, you always got to remember as well, for example, another English player back in the 90s, Paul Ince, he wanted to stay at Inter Milan, but his wife wanted to go home after having a baby, I think it was. But he really wanted to stay. He loved every minute of Italy. I think that's what he said on a Football Italia with James Richardson on Channel 4 back in the day. Here's Rafael Leao now looking for that second goal, and that should be it. There we go, 2-0 for AC Milan, and he's only just come on. Pogba has scored, or Pogba as they like to call him. It pretty much spells like Pogba, but with an E between the B and the G. But AC Milan have surely sealed the all-important 3 points against the run of play. Rafael Leao will get the assist, and you can hear Zombie Nation being played out on the speakers around the stadium. It was Rafael Leao who went on the attack on the left-hand side, then Pogba on his own had to score, and with the night Patricio's having, it was always going to be difficult to stop that one. A great left foot shot, hit it first time. He didn't even tap the ball whatsoever. He just thought, no, I'm going to hit this. And then he strikes into the bottom left corner of the net, looks up to the skies and gets his teammates from the bench celebrating with him as well. AC Milan 2, Roma 0. That might just be the final curtain of this match. AS Roma just making more substitutions, and it is Al-Sharari coming on for Kelek. Kelek again, another one with a yellow card. That's probably why he's gone off, but not really seeing much from him tonight, to be honest. I can't get over the fact that you've got all these players with big numbers. 92, I mean, it's only in Serie A you'd see this. So Shrari on for Kelek. That's their third substitution of the game. 12 minutes to go. Can Roma get a goal out of nowhere from Dybala's shot is blocked on the edge of the box. Still Roma have the possession. Now to Smalling with Matic, both former teammates at Man United as well. Now with Trajovic, now Abraham. Oh, he gets caught there, but referee says he got the ball. Now on the left-hand side, Zalewski. Now with Zalewski again. And a shot way wide. I'm not sure what that was. just shows how frustrated they've got in this game. Goal kick for Milan. They'll be happy with that. So here we go again then. Roma, ever since they've just conceded that second goal, they seem determined to go for this. Maybe too late for it, but only 10 minutes to go, 2-0 down. Free kick to come. Pellegrini, the captain, will take it. There is I'd say 5 Roma players lined up on the edge of the penalty area, and it comes in, but it's straight to Tata Rossano. He runs out of his 6-yard box and is the only man up in the air going for it. And he's also hungry to make sure that he gets a clean sheet tonight. He's not really had much to do. He's not had much shots to be saved anyway. Back with Roma now. Ibanez to Pellegrini. Ibanez again. Kicks it long down towards the middle from the left-hand side. Goes a few yards forward, only to just be comfortably picked up. Oh, lovely flick football now with Theo Hernandez, who's playing on the right-hand side instead of his left. He cuts in with his left, and he wins a free kick, and that'll be a yellow card. And that's going to be for Ibanez. Lots of bookings tonight from Massa, the referee. I've lost count how many we've had. 7 yellow cards I've got down here. BA fouls Hernandez from behind. He is a great player to watch, Hernandez. Good defender, but also a very good attacker out on the wings. So dangerous free kick to come here for Milan. Piali looks like he's ready to probably make another change. Won't happen at this moment in time, but just having a word with one of his substitutes. It looks as though it's going to be a 3-man wall. Make that a 4-man wall for Roma. And a couple of Milan players getting involved, and there's always the new idea of one player laying on their back behind the wall. It's Giroud, the only man behind this free kick. Is he going to go for it? He will. It's instead struck the Roma wall. It's now on the halfway line with Kalula. Tries to pick out Theo Hernandez out onto the left. It was a good ball actually. Hernandez just didn't really put much back behind that, and he just lets it go out for a throw into Roma at the end, in line with the edge of the 18-yard box on the far side. Here they come again. Oh, is that a foul? No, referee says play on. That looked like a foul against Pogba there, but instead it's now with Al-Sharari, who came on just a few minutes ago, so a new fresh pair of legs. He picks up the pass again, Al-Sharari. He's on the left wing. He's doing really well to keep hold of the possession. Now it's with Ibanez again. Ibanez down the middle to Pellegrini. Now Dybala again. Pellegrini on the edge of the box. Cross comes in, no one there. Headed away by Calabria. It's going to be a throw-in for Roma on the near side. I think we're going to have a pause because there'll be another substitution, and it's AC Milan making 2 changes, it looks like. So claps all round. Giroud coming off. No goals for him tonight. Gabia comes on for Scintillating. So yeah, Gabia on for Scintillating. And Ketia for Giroud. So 2 substitutions there for Milan. No goals from Giroud tonight. He still stays as their second top goal scorer this season with 5. Rafael Leao's got 7. That's why you can see why he's getting a lot of interest in Europe to move on from AC Milan. You never know, could he be gone in January? Here comes the cross now. And it's well dealt with by Tata Rossano, who picks up from a cross on the left wing. He actually got his left hand to it, pushed the ball away. Did really well actually to keep it away from Tammy Abraham. Good awareness to make that move. Now here's Paulo Dybala, gets a flick from Abraham, but it doesn't return to Dybala. And Pierre Hernandez kicks it out for a throw-in on the far side. Roma, they've only got 4 minutes left until the 90 to somehow come up with 2 goals to save this game. They've won a corner. It's their 4th corner of the game. You just never know though. If they could get a goal from this set piece, who knows? It's coming from the far side, there's 6 Roma players in the box. Header at goal, and what did I say? What did I say? Ibanez has got the goal. Gets it into the net. Fist pump in the air, and he tells his teammates, get back into your own half. We're still in this. And that's his 2nd goal in his league season. AC Milan 2, AS Roma 0, and all of a sudden the stadium has gone quiet. It was a great corner straight to the head of Ibanez. It got to him, the ball got over to Mori. Ibanez was waiting. It's absolutely spot on from the left back. The game's back on here, folks. 3 minutes left of normal time. AC Milan 2, Roma 1. In terms of the twist to the title race, we might still have one yet tonight. Meanwhile, the match has been paused. An injury for, actually it's for Vrank, who's just come on. Throw-in taken because he's back on his feet. Should be okay. He's only just come on from the bench, so he should be fresh. Now with Al-Shrari again. Here they come again, Rome on the right wing this time. The ball comes in, headed up in the air by Tonali, I think it was. Still with Pellegrini now. Ibanez, who just scored. Al-Shrari. It would be some point if they can get this. It'll feel like a win for Roma. Now Dybala again. Out to the right wing. Mancini swings it in. No one there. It's gone out for a throw into Milan. And it looks as though Belotti is about to come on for the visitors. We have a minute and a half to go. He replaces Mancini. And of course they're getting on with it. They haven't got time. So you could say they're probably just going for it now. Throw-in taken by Milan. Headed up in the air, just inside the Milan half. Intercepted again by Zalewski. Smalling had no other option but to take the ball back to his goalkeeper, Petruccio. Ibanez again. It was a great header. Pinpoint cross and a pinpoint header. Full time in France between Lille and Troyes. Lille winning 2-0. 3 points for them tonight. Meanwhile, Milan trying to make sure they get the 3 points. They've given away a free kick. It's funny, that was AS Roma's first shot on target tonight, and they scored it. So you could say they were clinical, but it's only now that they get a first shot on target and they score when they still need another one. Al-Shrari now. You've got Abraham waiting on the edge of the 18-yard box. 5 minutes of added time, and there's a foul here against Matic. He gets a yellow card, which is probably standard for him. He was quite late there. Oh, he actually swung his his right arm on Pogba. Yeah. A bit dramatic how he fell after he got hit, but what I don't get, he's given Matic a yellow, but it's a free kick for Roma. Unless he saw, I'm so confused right now. Anyway, Pellegrini with the free kick. Couldn't even reach the 18-yard box, comfortably cleared away. If anything, Milan probably could have kept the possession. It's back with the free kick taker of Pellegrini. Bit more like it this time with the cross, and the header is wide from Tammy Abraham. Just couldn't do it. 5 minutes of added time, as I said. We're already a minute in. Was that Roma's last chance of the game? There's a couple of fans in the home stand. It looks like a couple, one a Milan fan and the other a Roma fan. Oh, they're going to have a fight at the end of this game. Goal kick taken. Mr. Thomas 90 saying Mourinho probably won't last the season. Greg asking if Zlatan still plays for AC Milan. He certainly does. Free kick again for Roma, just inside the Milan half. It's taken, it's Matic. Now Smalling. Frank trying to win it back. It's going to be a throw-in for Roma on the far side in the Milan half. It's a short throw-in to Belotti. Belotti who's just come on, and he's won a free kick. Now then, is this going to be a yellow card against Frank? Just watching the replay here, it was a foul on Dybala at the end. Just pushed him over right in front of the linesman, so he wasn't going to get away with that. So this is a dangerous free kick coming up. Rome have got to take their chances. It's going to be from the far side. Swung in, takes a deflection and a header at goal, and it's rebounded in, and it's Tammy Abraham who has got the equaliser for AS Roma. With 2 minutes to go, Roma have put in a dent in AC Milan's title charge. And yet again, San Siro has gone quiet. What a dramatic late finish we're having here. It's AC Milan 2, Roma 2. Dybala punches the air and looks to the away fans up in the sky. Tammy Abraham with the equaliser. It was Matic with the free header. It was a good save by the goalkeeper. But then it came out to Tammy Abraham. His shirt got pulled by Kalula, but it didn't matter. He still got to it and scores. Serie A football, it always comes back with some late drama. It always does. What a twist. That's two set pieces AC Milan could not deal with against AS Roma. We're into the last minute of added time. We might go a little over the 95 minutes. But it was there for Milan. They were there. They thought they had the 3 points. But instead it looks as though they'll just get the 1 point and it will feel like a defeat. The match has resumed. The confirmation then, Tammy Abraham with a 93rd minute equaliser. We're into the last 30 seconds. AC Milan, have they got anything left in the engine? Down the middle, headed up. Smalling on his own to just clear it away. Then to his fellow Englishman of Tammy Abraham, who's just scored the equaliser, the hero of the night. Roma win themselves a free kick, but in their own half. Well, you couldn't write it, could you? I said when they were 2-0 down, Roma would be lucky to get 1 goal. Commentary curse for you. So Pellegrini again to take the free kick, but as I said before, it's in their own half. Well, we're past the 95 minutes, 30 seconds over it. How much longer will the referee give, since there has been a goal in the stoppage time? Milan have won a free kick. But it's going to be 2 points dropped for AC Milan. At this moment in time, they're going to be 7 points off Napoli. A yellow card given out to Tammy Abraham, I think. Yeah, Abraham with the yellow card. He won't care though. Looks as though he's trying to waste as much time as he can before Milan take this big kick deep into the Roma half. Nothing coming out of it though, because it's just gone out for a throw-in for Roma. But I tell you what, Mourinho will be pleased. They may not have won here at the San Siro today. They haven't won at the San Siro since October 2017. Just shows how hard it's been for them to get all 3 points from this place, but they're going to get a draw, which will feel like a win. And there we go. Full time at the San Siro, and somehow it has ended. AC Milan 2, AS Roma 2. You cannot quite believe what has just happened at the San Siro. AC Milan with just over 10 minutes to go looked as though they had the 3 points and were going to close the gap on Napoli to 5 points, but instead they are going to go 7 points behind Napoli instead. Only the 1 point, the late drama from a Tammy Abraham equaliser minutes after they had got the first goal back from Ibanez from a set piece. Both of them from set pieces. The first goal coming from a corner and then the second coming from a free kick. It's unbelievable. It's Tammy Abraham's night. It's Roma's night, you could say. It has ended in a draw. 2 shots on target and they got them both in. Clinical, you could say. And AC Milan denied all 3 points. Unbelievable scenes that we've had here tonight in Serie A. It's always dramatic, as always, when it comes to covering this league here on Let's Talk Sport. Do get in touch before we wrap up our commentary, folks. Let us know what you think. Greg Livingston says, bye, Jamie. Bye, Greg. Thanks for tuning in. We've just ended our poll asking you who you think will win, and 7% of you were correct out of the 55 that voted. 7% going for a draw. AC Milan 70% and Roma 21%. Big result that in the title race. And of course for AS Roma, that will mean that they are still level with Lazio. Lazio got a draw today. So that will mean that it's back to where they were, both on 31 points. Roma in 6th for that, currently in the Europa Conference League spot. Lazio have the Europa League spot in 5th. Inter Milan 3 points ahead of Lazio and Roma with 34 points in 4th. 3 points behind their city rivals of AC Milan. 37 points, only the point tonight for them, of course. Level with Juventus for 2nd at 37 points. And it is Napoli who are 7 points ahead after 17 matches played. A lot of games still to go this season, but at the moment Napoli are the front runners. So what's up next for both Milan and Roma? So Milan next play in Coppa Italia on Wednesday night at home here again at the San Siro against Torino. That's on Wednesday night. And then they are back with the league come Saturday against Lecce. For Roma, they're also in the last 16 of Coppa Italia. They're at home on Thursday night against Genoa in Rome. And then they are at home again on Sunday night against Fiorentina at the same time as this game was tonight at 7:45 p.m. UK time. Anyway, I think we are going to wrap up our live commentary for tonight. Thank you as always for tuning in to Let's Talk Sport for one of our live commentaries. It's been a double bill of sport today. We did the opening match of the Snooker Masters from Alexandra Palace earlier on, where Neil Robertson lost 6-4 to Sean Murphy, and we've wrapped it up with late drama here at the San Siro. AC Milan, they had it in the bag, but Tammy Abraham takes the 3 points away from Milan and takes a point back to the capital. The second city having to come up short yet again. It has ended AC Milan 2, AS Roma 2. Do subscribe to the channel, like the stream, and we'll see you very soon here on Let's Talk Sport. Good night.